Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on this Sunday, the 16th of April, the Joe and Joe Weather Show. I will be soloing because Joe and Rayo has the day off. So we'll be talking about the weather going on around the country and specifically in the eastern half of the United States. So that's coming up at 11 a.m. Both are brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. Topsoil, sand, and mulch to make sure your home looks terrific. 631-756-1125, the phone number, the website, omnitruevalue.com. Also, our new affiliate, Tempest by WeatherFlow. Get the revolutionary Tempest weather system and join the fastest growing observing network on the planet. You'll find the link on the descriptor to this video. Use the coupon code Joe and Joe Weather Show and get 10% off on your purchases. That's Tempest by WeatherFlow. Okay, let's look at what's going on the satellite loop this morning. And we have a swirl that's pretty obvious sitting in North Dakota, in Iowa and Illinois. And thunderstorms are few and far between this morning, which is a good thing. In the Northeast, we've got a patch of clouds that extends from off the coast of northern New England back into eastern Pennsylvania, but you'll notice that there's not a whole lot of cloud cover to the west and to the south at the moment. So that means I think that we will break out into some sunshine. So temperatures today are going to really hinge on how much sun we get and the wind direction. That is going to be probably the most important factor here in terms of determining what the temperatures are going to wind up being along the coast. So we're looking at 50s and low 60s in southeastern New England, upper 60s and low 70s as you get toward New York City and along the New Jersey coast, probably in the 60s to some lower 70s. And then you start to work your way inland. Then we start to see temperatures topping out in the mid 70s to low 80s, western New Jersey, southern Pennsylvania, even into central PA, southern parts of southern New Jersey away from the ocean and down into Maryland and Virginia. You'll notice that the winds are mostly from the east and southeast when you look at how the wind barbs are setting up. And that, again, will help to hold temperatures down today. It also will reduce any kind of severe weather risk. I just left the radar from yesterday evening just to show you here the upper low that was in the eastern part of the United States. Actually wound up generating some very heavy thunderstorms in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New Jersey. But today, it at least is starting off on the quiet side. You'll see there's nothing much really going on the radar. There's some leftover showers this morning over southeastern New England and even a couple of thunderstorms there. And then you've got the storm system that is moving northward and the extending cold front that runs across Illinois, through central Tennessee, and down into southeastern Louisiana. The Storm Prediction Center today is showing an area of marginal risk for severe weather. I'm just going to give this a quick refresh because this is usually their update time. And you'll notice, at least through tomorrow morning, that the area of general thunderstorms, the eastern flank, is well to the west of the coastal plain. It's mostly western New York, western and central Pennsylvania, back to Michigan, and then southeastward from there through the central Appalachians to South Carolina and North Carolina. Also a marginal risk of severe weather in central and southern Florida. Going forward, as we take a look at what we see rainfall-wise this week, I don't think we're going to get much with this cold front tonight, but when you add the next 7 days and weather systems that are occurring down the road, we're looking at anywhere from a half an inch to as much as an inch and a half in parts of northern Pennsylvania through upstate New York, west of the Appalachians down to the Gulf Coast, 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half, and big rainfall amounts in the western lakes. Some of that's going to be snow because we do have some winter storm warnings up today in parts of the upper Midwest, and heavy rains continue on in the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to run through the HRRR model, the short range model, so you can see how this is all going to play out today. We're going to start to see some showers and thunderstorms develop this afternoon. You see that very narrow line that runs down through Ohio and into northern Georgia. Then the thunderstorms start to amplify a bit late in the afternoon and evening in that marginal risk zone. Here in the Northeast, with a high off the coast of Massachusetts, it's again that south-southeast flow that'll probably try to become more south and then maybe during the night, maybe south-southeast. And then that arm, because the low isn't really moving very much, it's just sitting there back in Wisconsin today, that arm of showers starts to arrive very much in the early morning hours Monday to about daybreak. There'll probably be a band of showers. I guess there's an outside chance there could be a rumble or two of thunder when that goes through. And then once that happens, we transition over to what is going to be a much different week coming up than what we had last week. You can forget record highs. You can forget temperatures topping around 90. It's really going to be about cooler air coming in for tomorrow and particularly for Tuesday. 60s tomorrow for highs, 50s for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England on Tuesday. Yeah, that's a little bit of snow that you see up in western PA and western New York. Then that low pulls out, and here comes the next weather system. We've got a warm front that's going to set up nearby on Thursday, maybe some showers Wednesday night. And then as another low goes to the lakes, we'll wait for another cold front later in the week. And then a stronger system in the eastern lakes will produce a stronger cold front come next week. And so I think the week ahead, much of the time is going to be dry. We'll be playing temperature-wise, plus and minus either side of normal by a few degrees, probably cooler than normal the first part of the week and a little bit warmer than normal at the second part of the week. So remember, the Joe and Joe Weather Show is coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you then. Have a great Sunday.